Okay, so I'm drawing a circle, and the circle is going to be a radius of 10 millimeters. And then we want to array this. And there's actually a button up here for rectangular array. Or we can type in array. And the first thing it's asking us is to select our objects that we want to add to our array. So it could be just one object or a series of objects. So we can select our objects as we normally would. When we're done selecting our objects, we'll hit enter. And then it's going to ask us what kind of array we want to do. So we're going to do the rectangular array. And two things happen now. It's already starting to build our array. So we're seeing a preview of what our array is going to look like. And it also brings up this array toolbar here at the top that has all kinds of different settings here. So we can see we have rectangular array. And then here we can see that we have 4 columns. So columns are these sort of vertical lines here. So we have 4 of these. Each one is spaced 30 millimeters apart. So that means from this point here where our square is, this kind of main grip point, what we call our base point, to the center point of each of these circles is exactly 30 millimeters, and the total is 90 millimeters. So we can do a few things if we want to adjust this. We can adjust the space in between. So let's say we wanted to have only 25 millimeters between our base point and each center point after that. So we can go here and change that to 25. And then hitting tab or enter will change that. So now we can see that there's less space in between each of our columns here. We can also just grab this triangle, click on it, and we can punch in a dimension here. So say I want to go 35, I can type in 35. Or you can actually just grab and even manually move your rectangle if you wanted to snap it to a certain point or just adjust it to where it was aesthetically pleasing. So here we've adjusted exactly how much space was between each column. But let's say we're more concerned with the total space between our base point here, the center of this circle, and the center point of this outer circle. So to do that, we would adjust our total space column here. So for today's assignment, this is what you'll need to adjust. And let's say this was supposed to be 110, so I can type in 110. And then that's automatically going to calculate our space in between. So in order for it to be 110 between our base point and our final point of our 4th column, CAD has automatically calculated for us that it's 36.6667. So this saves you having to do that calculation by hand. So it's going to be handy for today's assignment. So just as we adjust our columns, we can do the exact same thing for rows. So rows are these lines here all stacked on top of each other. So again, we can adjust how many rows there are. So instead of 3, say I want 4. I can just adjust 4 here. Instead of, say, 30 millimeters between them, I only want 22. You can punch that in. Or, like in today's assignment, let's say I give you a specific dimension, so we want to go, say, 175. By punching that in, it's automatically going to calculate the space necessary between each row, and you can see it's calculated 58 point blah, blah, blah to do that. So really quick, easy way for you to make simple modifications to this. So I'm going to change this to 22 again, just so we can see it. You can also grab these outer triangles to add more rows. So I can quick and easily add more rows or shrink rows. We can make it taller or shorter, or we can grab this grip point here and go out both, adjusting our how many rows and columns both at the same time. So that is our array command, what we call rectangular array command in a nutshell. Now, one more thing to note, when we close our array, and this is a fairly newish feature in CAD, but now our array is done. You can see we have all these circles here, but let's say I decide, I really wanted to add another column onto this. The nice thing is it actually maintains the sort of integrity of the array in the sense that I can click on it and then very easily add another row. And then close it, and now it's done. But there is one downside to that, and that's, let's say I want to just get rid of one of these circles here. In order to do that, we need to separate the array so each circle is a separate object, and we do that by entering the explode command. So I'm going to type in explode. And now I've lost my ability to edit my array, so I can't easily add more rows or columns or adjust my spacing between these, but I can go through and edit individual objects, delete them, put them in different layers, resize them. So it's important to know when and how to use both the array and then convert it to individual objects if you need to edit those as well. So any questions at all on rectangular array or explode? Very good.